Hey everybody, KevinJJohnston here. I am downtown Calgary at the big post passport office here, the Harry Hayes building, and I am floored at what I am seeing. This is the protest that we are all here enjoying because we've all had enough of the radical leftist LGBTQ pedophile rings out there controlling the education system and telling us how we're going to live, and telling us how we are going to raise our children, and telling us how we are going to behave in society, and telling us what we are going to like and dislike, telling us what we are going to believe in. They're telling us all of these things, and it's not working. Everybody here has had enough of the nonsense. Let's hear it. Let me just jump up top and have a quick look. There we are, everybody. All right, and across the road, there are counter-protesters, pedophiles, communists, Nazis. Let's just call them what they are. Everything they call us is what they actually are. And that's them on the other side of the road, flying their flags, trying to drown out the protesters that are here. Well, let me tell you the big mistake that Justin Trudeau made. Justin Trudeau was going to the Islamic community for all of his funding, and that's where he got the vast majority of it. He pretended to be one, he pretended to be a part of their culture and society and their groupings, and then he goes out and he tells all of them that they're rotten to the core because they don't want to abide by his LGBTQ policies and pedophilia. The Islamic community said no, and every community out there joined them. You know, so here they all are. This is what it looks like when your society has had enough of weak men in charge and pedophiles who are in charge of everything to do with education and children. Let's just have a quick look around here.
A speaker, a friend, a brother. He is from the East Indian community, Sikh. We're all together, not one before one or one after one. We're side by side. We're all leaders. We're all protectors of our family. He's a father. He's here to spread and say a word for you.
Now, there is a massive police presence here. They're on horseback. The riot gear is out. They've got body armor on. Not because Calgary police are expecting anybody on this side of the street to cause a problem, but because they're expecting Antifa across the road to cause problems. And that's all Antifa does. They're usually paid to cause havoc and mischief.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I cry when I think about how much we went through to get here together finally to this day. I mean, all of us, parents from different cultures, faith, background, to realize there's a problem.
Okay, let's get you guys a different view here.
So that was...
Okay. This is the best t-shirt going. Hey brothers, okay if I show your shirt live? All right, here we go. Okay, I know it's backwards when it's live on Instagram, but there we go. That's what this is all about. Thank you, appreciate that. Look kids, if you are a kid anywhere in the education system in Canada, your teachers, your principals, they're all trying to get you used to the idea that having sex with them is a good thing. It's not. Okay, it's not. That's what the schools are trying to do, is groom you to be future sex slaves to them. I know this. I've said this, and I've done jail time for saying this in Canada because we don't have freedom of speech here. But enough is enough, and as you can see, everybody out here feels the same way I do. Enough is enough. And every group is here. Every skin color is here. Every creed is here. Every representation that is required to show solidarity is here. Hey, how are you?
Just like the hippies thought those to change the world being agents of change. Little did they know they were being used by the CIA and other groups to bring about a negative change in the culture. But in the end, just like they used Charles Manson to destroy the image of the hippies and the culture, this is exactly what will happen to the woke people. Once they do what the system wants, the system will turn against you guys as well. Now everything is in the melting pot. I do not mind going into the melting pot if it will bring about better outcomes. But this system is just targeting our children for their futures. Our generations are definitely at stake. We are controlled through language and linguistic minimalism. There is a war on our minds. To plant any agenda in society, they program us through movies, media, TV shows.
Wow.
This system,
I'm blown away.
They want to scare us to inflict fear
I'm
in our
absolutely
minds,
blown away.
and then they use it.
This is the right way to do things. Shut it all down. Tell the LGBTQs that we are not interested in your crap anymore, and we are not afraid of you. And that has been my message all along to everybody in that community. Because I'll tell you this, the radical leftist LGBTQ community does not represent the gay community, does not represent the lesbian community, does not represent anything to do with conservatism, economics, the betterment of mankind, human rights. They're not even talking about human rights. What they're talking about is the removal of our human rights to parent our children our way. They want to remove our human rights to say no to radical ideas that we don't want to be a part of. Any thinking person watching this broadcast right now knows that telling children that they're boys when they're girls and girls when they're boys is morally reprehensible, and up until very recently, up until the Trudeau government, was 100% illegal. Yeah, the first, hey man, how are you? Good to see you.
Good, eh?
Yeah, this is fantastic, man.
Here we are, right?
Yeah, here we are.
3 years down the road, it's the same shit, eh?
Yeah, here, I know, it's going to keep doing it to us.
Yeah.
You're going to keep doing it to us.
Because we're paying them, that's why.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point. Stop paying your taxes.
Yeah,
This will all
we're
out.
paying them so they fuck us.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry for
Yeah,
swearing.
no, it's okay,
Yeah,
man.
nice to see you.
Good to see you, pal. Really is good. Good to see you. All right, so what I want to say here is that this used to be illegal. Justin Trudeau, one of his first acts after getting into office was to legalize bestiality. And Canadians didn't protest this. Canadians didn't mock him for it. There was not a single political cartoon of him involved with farm animals to make a point that legalizing sex with farm animals in no way benefited the Canadian people. And then he goes ahead and pushes this radical leftist LGBTQ agenda on our children, which did not benefit our country in any way. And I mean not in any way. It hurt us. It's crushed our economy. It's destroyed the family unit. Children are committing suicide left, right, and center because they're confused as hell. What they're doing, what kids do is they count on we as adults to guide them down the correct path, not to lie to them. And that's all that our government and our education system has been doing, is lying to every single child out there and parents, and then telling parents that we are bad people specifically and only because we don't want to put up with it. Well, we don't want to put up with it. Have a look. This is downtown Calgary, Alberta, everybody. There's the protest. Okay, this sign says it all. All right. Okay, that sign right there. Stop sexualizing our children. Here's my take. Hey, how are you, brother? Good to see you. My take on it is everyone's journey is their own. Everyone's relationship journeys are their own, like sex journeys. These are all your own journeys. You know, as adults, we should not be guiding children into anything other than proper sex education, which is where do babies come from and how not to get AIDS. Like, that's really as far as it should go. We do not have the right to dictate to children what their relationships must be, and that's what this has been about. They wanted to tell us that our children must have polyamorous relationships if they don't want them. They must have bisexual relationships if they don't want them. You must live the aberrant lifestyle of those who hang around skulking corners performing weird acts in alleyways. You must do that or you're a bigot, you're racist, you're this and that. That's how gross the radical leftist agenda has become. Well, they made a mistake. They made a big mistake. They went after your kids, that's number one. But number two, Justin Trudeau turned on the Islamic community and called them every single name that he shouldn't have called them, and they reacted immediately. And it all started with them. And here we are, at the end of the day, and I want to say thank you to everyone who organized this at every level in every community. This is absolutely amazing. It's awe-inspiring.
And it does have also effects of the same units that are pushing to sexualize our children. Ask for your children to ride for their parents. They're still rough ahead, and they're going to try these mandates to be doing these government and marches. Group of like-minded people together, we can.
I'm just going to walk over here so I can hear myself a bit. Oh, hey! How are you?
I'm not too bad. You?
Things are okay.
Good.
Things are okay. We beat all the stupid criminal charges they put on me back in Alberta here. So it was 75, all gone now. I finally can walk around, do what I want. Can finally be a journalist again. Thank you. Take care. There you go, everyone. Yes, so for those who don't know, the Canadian government did not want me to be a journalist. They banned me from social media for about half a year. The KevinJJohnston show every Tuesday night, I was not allowed to be on my own show. And I had to actually call in sometimes to my own show from prison. That's how crazy this country has become. So we now have Canadians who are seeing not just the tyranny, but worse, the perversion, the disgusting, filthy, vile, pedophilic perversion in this country. They're seeing it now for themselves, and they're reacting to it. So what I want to get at, everyone, is it's time for all of you to stop being afraid. What are the consequences really if you offend a leftist? What are the consequences in reality when you offend a pedophile? What are the consequences to you when you do that? And the answer is nothing, except you'll feel better about yourself. I absolutely adore offending those who are perverse, those who like to hurt children, those who like to hurt our society, those who make our society worse. I enjoy offending them. The idea would be is to make sure that they understand that they're not welcome in a civilized society, and they are not. This aberrant, malignant, psychotic behavior is one that all of you have to stand up against. And it starts from basic things. Thanksgiving is coming up, so when you've got those family members who decide that they want to defend Trudeau, Biden, the left-wing agenda, put them in their place, but put them in their place with facts. Ask them a lot of questions. You know, do you support pedophilia? That's the first one. Everyone's answer is no. Then you can move on to, did you know that Trudeau did X, Y, Z? Look at all the bills that he passed. Come armed with information. Do your research into